What's in my tackle tray, you ask? Let's find out. So if you've been watching my adventures the last couple of months, you'll notice that I've been using a bit of mix of hard body lures. I've been certainly getting into the soft plastic fishing in the estuaries. So I wanted to talk today about the types of jig heads that I use and the types of terminal tackle. Let's kick off with the first little item in my kit that I use. I use what's called a fast hatch. Now these are by Mustard. They've got a 14 kilogram breaking strain, so it's a perfect little size for using as a quick way of connecting your soft plastic or your hard body lure or other jig head to your leader. Let me demonstrate just really quick how these work. This is one that I've pre-rigged. So you can see here I've got a sharp point Jig Head's 1/8 ounce jig head with the that lovely sickle hook. I'm also got it rigged on a Gobbler's Lures UV crockbait. So if you've not seen these guys' lures before, check them out, gobblerslures.com.au. UV crockbait is deadly on flathead. With the fast hatch, what it does, it just saves you a little bit of time and effort when it comes to getting your rigs ready for going fishing and those kinds of things. You can change your jig heads or your lures over quite rapidly. Let me demonstrate. I've just got this fast hatch here. You got the loop or the eye of the jig head. See that small little hook? What you need to do is you need to thread that little hook through the eye of your hook there. You'll rotate that around and there you go. Nice and quick and easy. It is quite discreet. Some people don't like too much terminal tackle on the end of their leader when they're joining their baits to the leader, but look, I've never had a problem with it. So let's go over that again. To quickly attach, put it through the eye of the hook, loop it around, and presto. That's how quick and easy it is, and it still provides a nice little action, and it's still got that sufficient weight rating. For a quick and easy release, simply rotating it out, and then done. It's quick and easy, simple, and it ensures that you can bait up with another soft plastic or hard body lure quickly and easily. So just to go through a bit of a sample of what I've got in my tackle box, I do keep a variety of weights for a number of different situations. When I first started, I bought these gigantic 1/3 ounce jig heads, and look, they're great for if you're fishing at about probably 10 to 15 meters of water, but for most other situations, you know, they're pretty bloody heavy. I've got some 1/8 ounce jig heads, and that's a 2.0 in a heavy gauge. So that's those sort of times that I'm sort of targeting species that, you know, obviously need to have a bit of a heavier gauge hook, you know, a larger flathead or something like that. I've got the 1/8 ounce 2.0 in the sharp point jig heads. Again, you know, a nice little hook to rig your plastics on. I've also got some lighter gauge jig heads in here as well, so let me just show you. They're getting a little bit smaller. So this sort of bugger here is a 1/16 ounce jig head, so it's got that nice little serrated locking piece there that locks your plastic onto your hook. Make sure that your plastic doesn't slip down the shank. Something a little bit smaller, I've got this is my brim type hook, so I've got a nice little 1/16 ounce, it's probably a 1/12 ounce. This is a size 1 hook, so it's perfect for the smaller species. You know, if I'm going to go and throw a small sort of little grub or something like that, chasing brim or whiting, that's a perfect little size. I find is quite effective. So if you've watched a few of my bass videos, you'll notice that I am quite a fan of rigging the Weedless presentation. I'm using what's called a Z-Man finesse frogs. This is what's called a Weedless hook. So it's a Chinlock's Weedless hook, and that particular hook there is designed to go through your frog. So you can present a frog on the surface and you can cast into almost any type of snag without worrying about that hook point grabbing onto the snag itself. And that tiny little weight right up on the chin locks there just gives you a little bit of extra casting weight. Last but not least, I've just grabbed these from Simon Carter of Sharp Point Jig Heads. This is a variant of a single weight system, so the SWS type, and they come with that nice little spiral sort of worm drive that you drive into the front of the plastic. Now I'm just going to show you what that looks like rigged up, but that little auger there actually threads into the nose of your soft plastic. I'll show you what this looks like rigged. This is actually one of Gobbler's Lure's prototype frogs. So you can see how I've rigged it up there with Simon Carter's sharp point jig heads hook. So you can see there, if we try and focus in on, might be a bit hard to see, focus in on the nose of that plastic there, right there where the eye of the hook comes out, that little spiral buries itself directly in the nose of the soft plastic. That makes sure that it's snug up against the eye of the hook. Apparently going to be deadly on barramundi, jacks, anything else that'll take a surface lure. Even the odd bass will give these a crack. Okay, so there you have it. I don't get too overboard with a complex array of jig heads. Like, as you've probably seen, I'm just starting out into kayak fishing, and especially fishing with soft plastics. The main thing is you want to have a variety of different sizes. So your little size 1s, you want to get some 1/0s, some 2/0s, you want to look maybe at some 3/0s, a variant of weights from your 1/16 ounce right up to your 1/8 ounce. If it's really, really heavy, all it's going to do is put a fish off, because no fish is going to take a bait that doesn't look like a natural target species of its own bait fish that it feeds on. So I hope you've enjoyed this little look into my tackle tray and what I use as jig heads is concerned. I'm Matt, you're watching MV Fishing Oz. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a little comment about the types of videos that you'd like me to publish soon, and thanks for watching. Have a great weekend or a great week ahead wherever you are. Bye for now.